Yes.
Yes.
Good to see you all.
Yes, happy to
It
have
doesn't
you.
happen very
I
often.
know, we don't see you in person.
Come indoors.
Well,
for a
Grant
change.
is here because you have some great advice for
Well, I was
Memorial
on
Day
assignment.
weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Last minute gas tank getaways.
One tank of gas.
Out and back, yes. And if you don't have a campground reservation, it's too late.
Stay
You're probably
home.
not going to get one.
Yeah.
You know, it's going
So
to
you
be
have
really
to come
at a state park. But let me give you some ideas. I've got 4 or 5 of them lined up. And the first one's going to take us to what I consider one of those roll back the clock scenic byways in the Oregon Coast Range. This actually links the small town of Carlton, Oregon in Yamhill County with Highway 101 over near the coast. And it's called the Nestucca River National Backcountry Byway. And it is gorgeous this time of year. Absolutely gorgeous. There are small little campgrounds, 4 in all. You do not need a reservation to use any of those campgrounds. I'd get there early because it's a popular place, but many of the campsites, as you can see, right next to the river. The Wildflower Show, of course, is prime right now. Lots of good stuff up there. Take a camera because the shots of smaller waterfalls that feed into the Nestucca are just gorgeous. Now, great opportunity to take the family. That's the first one.
I never said that before.
Oh, I've been along the Nestucca, and
gorgeous,
it's gorgeous.
Pacific City area is where it flows into the ocean. My next one's in Tillamook County. Somebody mentioned going to Tillamook County. This is called the Kilchis Point Reserve, and there's a hiking trail. This is relatively new, just in the last couple of years. This is near Bay City, Oregon, right on the bay. And what I love about this hiking trail is that it provides access for the visitor to reach the shoreline of Tillamook Bay. Most of Tillamook Bay is inaccessible, but this trail, which was developed by the Friends of Tillamook Pioneer Museum, and they have a wonderful friends group over there in Tillamook, and the museum is a terrific place to stop in, learn a little bit about the history, and then go to this hiking trail, which takes you out to Bayshore. And what's really cool about it is that 200-300 years ago, there were about 4,000 people living right there along the shore.
So it was Orlando that was heading to the coast.
I'm taking
Can
notes.
he handle this
Bay City,
trail?
Oregon.
Like, how long's
Bay
the
City,
trail?
Oregon, a mile. It's just a mile.
Okay,
But you
I
want
can handle that.
you want to take time. You want to spend a little time just enjoying it all. There's old growth Sitka spruce trees in there, lots of water, and it's just kind of a fun little quiet place to get away with the kids too. Really good for the
I can
kids.
get down with that. I am the kid, so that checks off the list. I know I'm good.
Yeah, how about the rail riders?
Well, let me tell you,
fun.
oh God, we ran this story a year ago, and the first time I did it with these guys at the coast, they had just opened up, and I got more response on this rail rider story. They actually, Kim Metlin is the guy who owns all of this. He started it in Joseph, Oregon, and was running back and forth between Joseph and Enterprise, and then he got an invitation from Tillamook County to bring it over there and take his rail carts or cars that you pedal.
Oh, look at that.
And use not an abandoned railway, but an out-of-service railway. And you start at Bay City, right there on the water, and get on the rail car, and you zoom along. There's 5 different stops along the way, and you have to stop the traffic and hear the clang, 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 clang of the gate guard going down. And then you get out there about 7-8 miles, and you turn around. This is all very gentle. There's no grade to speak of, so anybody can do this. We had kids, we had older folks, we had mothers who had their babies under carrier. It was a hoot to see all these different age groups enjoying a different way to see Tillamook County. It's just very different. You know, you don't, when you're on 101, you're going and going and going and going. On those rail cars, you slow down, take a deep breath, and enjoy the view.
All right, closer to the city.
Closer to the city. Well, another rail connection of sorts. I found this place a couple of 3-4 years ago, and then when I was there, I realized I have been here before. Well, it began in 1954. It's called the Molalla Train Park, and it's on private property, about 4 acres, and there's a steamer club, Pacific Steamer Club, that operates scale model railroad trains that you go aboard and ride with the kids.
Fun. That's so fun.
And it's about an hour or so ride across the acreage, and they have numerous trains that are running throughout the entire acreage. It's just a ball, particularly for the kids. Kids get so excited about railroads.
Hey, speaking of excited, how about the Santiam Forest Gem?
I love this story because it's off the beaten track. Most people know and have visited Silver Falls State Park. Everybody goes there for the waterfall and the hike of the 10 trails. But there is a cousin of just a drainage over called Shellberg Falls that requires you to do a little hiking. You can drive into this trailhead, and then you go down these these old growth stairs that have been built and put into place. And what's really cool about this place is that behind the falls, there's an amphitheater. And you walk, you take a stroll back in there. You can see my wife and I, Chris, we're way back in there kind of following the trail along.
Kind of a romantic spot there, Grant.
Well, it was kind of neat. And there's also a campground there. They don't take reservations, first come, first serve, but it's also very quiet and a wonderful place to take the kids.
I want to give you some love. We're about 10 days away from the release of your new book. It's Grant's Getaways, Oregon Adventures with the Kids, released June the 5th.
idea.
And if people want more information about you, Grant, they can find it on our website, kgw.com.